Today I wanted to use up some of these old markers. They've been drying up as markers do, and I've used all of the yellows and the blues, and so I just kind of stopped using them because I didn't have much of a use for them. And I'm going to add this dark gray watercolor brush pen in case I want to add some line work to it, since all the colors I have left are medium to very bright tones. I really wanted to try out this website called MapCrunch. It gives you Google Street Views at random, and someone said that they used it as a way to find landscapes to draw in your sketchbook as practice and studies. And you can still move the camera around as if you were in Google Maps, which is really handy. I'm being really picky with the pictures that I want to play with. I have very limited selection of like 3 colors. so I kind of want something with like a green landscape, but with something interesting on it, like a structure of some kind. So it'll probably take me a bunch of clicks to find something to pique my interest. Hold on a second. Whoa, okay. This is very, very nice. It's probably actually panoramic photo, so I definitely wouldn't want to do like a full painting for sale. This is definitely a more obvious kind of copyright sort of situation. But for practice, like, this is kind of perfect. Look at these cute little colorful houses in a color that I don't have. Now, I'm not a marker artist. I just kind of like the effect that they have in my cheap Muji sketchbook here. It'll be quite interesting to do any kind of details or shading with only these 3 colors. I might have to get a little creative, or just accept that these are just not going to be highly detailed. This would be a fun way to do a plein air recording of, places you visit, and it doesn't take very long. You just kind of capture the details, and in with those details is the memory of being somewhere cool. Markers are kind of scary in that it's always, full vibrancy here with like the grass, and I used pink for the mountains and I really regretted it. There's a thing about these Spectrum Noir markers is that the colors on the cap are nowhere even remotely close to what color ink is in them. So a lot of these that are supposed to be pastel pink turned out to be neon pink. But I can tone those way down by adding whatever greens that I have on hand. And I can keep layering opposite colors on each other until I can get really dark tones if I need more contrast. Or pull in from that little gray watercolor brush that I had set aside for outlining things even. It's not nearly as beautiful as the original reference, but it's kind of a fun, like, wacky little picture. I'm not super satisfied with this, so let's just keep going. I'm going to look for more pictures on MapCrunch here. Oh my god, the feeling when you've been clicking forever and nothing's really interesting. This one kind of has potential. It's got some interesting shadows going on, and it's simple enough to do with the markers. So I'm going to turn the page and try that. As you can see, the other image is superimposed on the backside. I know a lot of people hate it, but I kind of love it. So some of these markers look like they're at the end of their life. And I'm going to try this trick where I put rubbing alcohol directly inside of it and shake it up a little bit. I didn't really think that that would have an instant effect, but it kind of does. It's really short-lived, but in a pinch, like, this actually kind of worked reasonably okay. And of course, these, again, pastel pinks keep tricking me. I even have samples done on paper on the end of the caps to show me what the real colors are. It's still getting me. I found it really frustrating to kind of work with these random vibrant colors and just kind of working with what I have. And straying away from realistic colors, honestly, is something that I need to do, because realistic colors can be really boring, and a lot of my paintings I end up really kind of disappointed with them because they end up looking too, dull, because colors in real life tend to be dull in the natural world. It's nice to let go of that and just make some crazy colored landscapes for a second. I just really wish I had some blue, I saw a cute picture earlier in a little village area, but I knew I wouldn't be as satisfied with the color selection that I had, so I kind of skipped it. Attributes in my search, I could select specific countries, or I could select whether these photos should be urban or rural. So I decided to switch it to urban to see if I can get any more cute village pictures. Just kind of settled on this big red house. And I can get some use out of the very hot pinks that I've been ignoring up to this point. I'm really surprised how layering this green over this light brown made it instantly dark, and then putting the red on top of that to tone down the green made it even darker. Which is good because I don't have a black marker or even really a dark colored marker, but the color that I'm getting, you can kind of see the pink in some areas and the green in other areas, so it's kind of visually interesting as well, compared to if I just started with a dark brown or black marker or something. And again, I'm using green to do some light shadows on the pink, knowing that it would do the same kind of weird darkening effect. Here are my finished little sketches. They're nothing special, but it was fun and challenging, and it just goes to show that you can make some fun and interesting things even when you have nothing to use. So if you try this yourself, let me know how it goes, and thanks for watching.